Welcome to the TD100 installation video. I'm Dan, training specialist at Titan Logix, and today we're here at Edmonton Trailer with Adam to demonstrate how to install a TD100 system. At Titan Logix, we find that training videos are the most effective way for you, the dealer, to understand what to do and how to do it. In this video, you'll see how easy and fast it is to install a TD100 system. We're installing a basic TD100 level gauging system composed of the TD100 transmitter, dual rod probe, and a Finch 2 display. Some other components you may run into are the Titan supplied mounting collar and cone, and the optional spill prevention system. The probe is usually mounted in a tank using a Titan supplied collar and cone or fitting supplied by the tank manufacturer. Tank, truck, and trailer manufacturers typically receive the tank complete with all the fittings. The required testing and inspection are best done at the tank manufacturer's facility. The collar is a 1-inch National Pipe Thread or NPT fitting at the top of the tank. The cone, or support bracket, is welded inside the tank directly below the collar. Measure the height inside the tank from the top of the collar to the bottom of the mounting cone or bracket. For dual rod probes, add 1.5 inches to the measured height. This is the total length of the probe. Mark this length on the probe. Position the end of the shorting block to where the probe will be cut. Tighten the shorting block screws. Ensure that the rods are parallel and not twisted. Cut the rods at the end of the shorting block. Trim all burrs and inspect your work. Inspect the collar and probe for damaged threads. Apply anti-seize compound and optionally some Teflon tape to the threads. Carefully insert the probe through the collar. Make sure that the probe is aligned with the cone or manufacturer's supplied bracket. Carefully mate the probe threads with the collar. Hand tighten the probe. If the probe binds while hand tightening, remove it to inspect the threads and try again. Fully tighten the probe with a wrench. Remove the wiring compartment cover. Pass the 3 wires through the union into the wiring compartment. Loosely install the sealing fitting onto the transmitter. Install the black wire onto the transmitter terminal labeled PWR for power. Install the white wire onto the transmitter terminal labeled GND for ground. Install the red wire onto the transmitter terminal labeled SV for SV bus. Reinstall the wiring compartment cover. Inspect the transmitter nut and probe threads. Do not apply anti-seize compound to the transmitter and probe connection. Hold the transmitter with one hand and carefully place it on top of the probe. Carefully mate the transmitter nut with the probe. Carefully hand tighten the transmitter nut. If the nut binds before hitting the bottom, remove it and inspect the threads. Once the transmitter nut hits bottom, tighten it with a wrench. Find a suitable route for the transmitter cable down to where the display will be mounted. Clamp the transmitter cable to existing cables or fittings. Install the mounting lugs. Bolt the display into position. Find a suitable place like a junction box to tap into vehicle power. Feed the transmitter, power, and accessory cables into the display. Use cable ties to secure them. Make sure to tighten the compression fittings. Strip the cable's outer sheath, being careful not to nick the wires inside. strip the wires, being careful not to nick the stranded wire. Insert the bared wires into the terminal blocks. These are the components for Titan's optional spill prevention system. This is the Rock Control Module, or RCM. It receives alarms and level information from the TD100 transmitter. Here are the API-compatible sockets that connect to the loading rack. This is how the programming adapter is connected to the computer and Finch 2 display. The TD100 transmitter is programmed from here. Run the SensorLink programming app. Start programming the TD100. SensorLink will indicate successful programming. Turn on power to the TD100 system. The Finch 2 display will run through a quick display digit test and then show too low. That's it. This trailer is ready to go. As you can see, the TD100 installation is fast and easy. Thank you for joining us here at Edmonton Trailer.